Hello, here are my recent finds for May 20th, 21st and 26th. Starting with Sunday, May 20th, I went to the flea market and I got this record right away off the bat as soon as I started looking at the stuff. Then the following 2.5 hours, found nothing. If tomorrow I don't find anything good at the flea market, I'm going to stop for a while. So this is a rare album by Alice Robbie. She was a big star in the 40s in Quebec, and apparently, from what I heard a little bit in the States too, she almost had a career in Hollywood, but she got into a car accident and stuff like that happened. And she ended up in, she had a pretty dramatic story. She ended up, because she had a big depression, a nervous breakdown or something like that. The way they would treat that in the late 40s was to put her in an institution, give her electroshocks and even a lobotomy. She was stuck in that place for 5 years. When she started, she tried to pick up where her career stopped. People in the late 50s, people had forgotten about her, and I don't know, it never picked up where she never became as famous as she was in the 40s, so that's kind of sad. And what's really fun is that it comes with the original shrink wrap, and here you have a sticker that says, I'll translate, nip her. You could buy a 22-inch nipper, which is of course the RCA Victor dog, a plush nipper with 3 of these stickers and $5 sent to RCA Victor Company, 1001 Rue Lenoir, Montreal. And the offer expired on December 31st, 1961, so we're 50 years too late. Unfortunately, while the cover is in amazing condition, the record looks mint. There's really bad groove all across the record, so it's too bad. What's good is that I have this on CD also by BMG, and I have a bunch of 78s, most of these, not all, but most of these songs on 78 anyways, and I mostly wanted this for the cover. So that's done. That was it for last Sunday. Then Monday, May 21st, I went back to see the man that I saw last Friday. Not Friday, yesterday, the other Friday. And he had this turntable with a brand new needle in the box. And this turntable was not love at first sight. I passed. But I changed my mind on Monday because his yard sale was over, and I took a chance, so maybe I'll get it for cheap. And I should have haggled a little bit more, insisting on the fact that for an entire weekend he was unable to sell it for the price he wanted. But I ended up paying $20 instead of the 15 I offered, and it turns out it's a pretty good deal. Sorry. And the needle on it was this broken Shure cartridge M104E. He kept the original receipt back then for the needle. He bought it in 1985 at Atlantic Image Son, another store that doesn't exist anymore. And this instruction thing, but not the box. It was still on the shelf. And then he had this brand new, this is what made me go back. He had this brand new, according to him, Audio Technica AT11E cartridge. And for some reason, back then when he bought this at Japan Camera Center for $54, he said he couldn't fit it on. He thought it was the wrong needle. Never bothered to go back to the store and get a refund or get it installed, or by bringing the shell to the store. His story more or less made sense. And it's only when I tried to install it yesterday that I said, oh, I think I got screwed, because there was some dust in the cover here, the plastic cover that goes over the needle to protect it, and there was some bit of rust or dust or something on the cartridge. But when I've installed it and tested it, it plays fine. So it doesn't make sense that you would keep this working needle in a box while leaving this broken Shure cartridge on the shelf. So maybe it just wasn't put away properly and dust, and maybe it is rust and nothing else. But what matters is that I've adjusted it, the anti-skating, the weight, and it plays wonderfully. And what I love is that this is at first I was not attracted to this turntable because it's a direct drive, which I like, but it's not quartz controlled. And I'm sick of buying direct drives that are not quartz controlled. I want at least one quartz controlled direct drive turntable in my collection, and I don't. I only have one quartz controlled turntable, and it happens to be a belt drive turntable. Anyway, now that I've adjusted it, because at first when I tested it last week, the 45 was off, even by putting it at minimum. The 45 was a little bit too fast, but then in the instruction book, which is right here, SR255, I found out that there's an adjusting screw at the bottom of the record player, and it tells us not to touch it, which I did, and I've adjusted. It's a factory setting, so I was able to center the 45 speed at the middle of the control. So now both speeds are perfect. He has the he bought this on March 24th, 1977, and in the bag was also this. He didn't have this for sale, but he originally bought on the same day this receiver, Toshiba SA320, which I found interesting. And I found this in the bag, Toshiba Hi-Fi components. It has a whole bunch of things you could buy like then. And there's 4 turntables featured on this pamphlet. This is the second most expensive one. This one was $129, was $159, $159. And this was $219.95 in 1977, and this is $259, which is almost the same but a little bit thicker. Anyway, this is kind of neat to have all this documentation, and it was nice that it came with this tiny little baby screwdriver. I had everything I needed to install the cartridge, so it was nice. So on with today, Saturday, May 26th, 2012. Not many vinyls, lots of CDs. I went to this big collective yard sale with rented tables. First table got 2 CDs for $4. Got this mostly for my mom, but if she doesn't want it, I'll be glad to keep it. Elvis Presley, If Every Day Was Like Christmas. There's like 24 songs on this thing. And this one I wasn't sure if I had on CD or not. I really have to do my homework and check for once and for all which Beatles CDs do I have and which I don't. I might have this already, I'm not sure. Revolver, which is my favorite Beatles album. The 14-track version, not the 11 one. The 11 track is a ridiculous version because John's best songs in his entire career are all on this album. And the North American vinyl is missing those 3 songs. Anyway, $2. Then I got this expensive purchase, miniature food boxes. It was Fruit Loops, but it was smashed, so I left it there. They were expensive, $3 each or 2 for $5. I got these 4. I got Ritz, cornflakes, and 2 Frosted Flakes. And one of them is going to a dear friend of mine who loves Tony the Tiger. You know who you are. And then at another table I got The Pursuit of Happiness, a CD for $1. I know people who like this band, so I'm going to try it out. Another table, 2 CDs for $2 each, $4, but they have more than... There are multiple CDs. I'll switch to French. Ici j'ai joué d'assin éternel, évidemment j'ai déjà 2 intégrales de Joe Dassin, mais celui-là il y a 3 inédites dessus, depuis l'année dernière, à la folie, puis Garofalo, Saint-Hubert. Il n'était pas question que je paye 20 quelques dollars pour 3 chansons, fait que j'ai laissé faire quand ça a sorti, mais là, bang, je l'ai trouvé pour 2$, je suis bien content. Ici, j'ai le coffret de jaune de Jean-Pierre Ferland. Je pense que j'ai le CD ordinaire, je suis pas sûr, l'édition normale, mais celui-là, j'ai pas pu résister tellement propre. Il y a 3 disques là-dedans. Toutes sortes d'éditions. Il y a l'édition DVD Mix 5.1 Surround et Stereo. Il y a la version 2005, qui est la version originale, puis la version remixée. Pas mal cool. Ici, un poster, je le déferais pas. Il y a un petit peu de scotch tape dans le coin, on dirait, je pense. Puis des belles cartes. Cette sorte de cartes avec des photos dessus, puis des choses écrites en landau. J'ai hâte de checker ça. C'était super propre, super beau. J'étais bien content de payer 2$ pour ça. Then I finally got some vinyl. There was an entire box of 45s. The guy said, I'll let you have the entire box for $10, which was not bad for a deal, but not for me, because mostly it was late 70s and 80s music, and I only took what I needed for 25 cents each. It was plenty for me. So here we have mistake number 3, Culture Club. I could not resist the picture sleeve with his yellow hair. Could not resist. I like finding some picture sleeves like that. Here we have Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney, The Girl Is Mine. Never seen this picture sleeve before. Here I have 2 empty picture sleeves, but thankfully I already have the vinyl record somewhere in my collection. Ebony and Ivory, again Paul McCartney, this time with Stevie Wonder. Sorry, brain fart. And Say, Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney. Happier days. Got these two records I've put in the sleeve since they. So we have Cerrone, Cherry Tree, and You Are the One. And here I have Elvis Presley, Moody Blue. What's the other side? She Thinks I Still Care. And what I did not know is it came out in '76. I thought it came out in '77 because Moody Blue is Elvis's last album before he died. And I know I have it, but I think there's a scratch. This one is perfect, so I took it. This one I don't know why I bought it. I think I have it. The Beach Boys medley. This has God only knows. This one I took for fun. The sleeve was unusual. A Taste of Honey, disco band. Sukiyaki. Don't know what's on the other side. And I collect these in French. Fait que je collectionne les livres 10 de Walt Disney, puis celui-là je l'ai pas, puis il m'en manque presque plus, fait que j'ai pas pu résister, il est en bon état. Parce que celui-là il est plus récent avec l'étiquette arc-en-ciel, j'en ai rien à foutre. Moi je cherche les originaux avec les étiquettes jaunes. Mais j'étais bien content, il est en bon état. Then I got another table. There was a lot of CDs this morning. Looks like I bought a lot, but actually I bought very few because everybody had a whole bunch of CDs and I would take only one or two per table. I was very good at pacing myself. The Hollies anthology from the original master tapes. 20 tracks on Epic. Then I got this marvelous, wonderful box here. Tip It, a game by Ideal. Not in perfect shape, but I could not resist. A little bit of tear here, but I like the artwork so much. And it comes with the instructions. Apparently all the parts are there. I had to take their word for it. Apparently I've been told it's missing a few of these things. But it's in pretty good shape. And I love the artwork on it. $3. And I'm really proud of myself for being really quick because the lady wanted to have her price tag back. She had scotch tape a price tag on the box and she was about to reach for it and I went, no, I'll give it to you. And then I slowly peeled it off and barely made a few white spots here. She would have just ripped the whole, oh my god, she would have ruined the box. I would have flipped my lid if she had done that. So I'm pretty proud of myself being quick enough to stop her from destroying the box. 2 CDs, $1 each. Abbey Road, The Beatles, again, was not sure if I had it or not. Now that I think about it, I think I have it already. And this I did not have. William Shatner, Has Been. I love kitschy stuff like that. And same table, I got this DVD. I'll switch to French. Un film que je suis bien content d'avoir trouvé. Podium, j'ai quasiment été voir ce film-là quand il est sorti au cinéma. C'est évidemment l'histoire d'un imitateur de Claude François. Puis il a passé à TVA il y a quelques mois, je l'avais enregistré et écouté et effacé. Parce que sur le coup, j'étais un peu déçu. Le personnage, c'est un méchant maudit loser qui me fait honte. Mais c'est un bon film. Je suis certain que... Après l'avoir effacé, là, une semaine après, j'avais déjà envie de le réécouter. J'étais pas mal content de trouver ce DVD-là en parfait état pour 2$. Then on another table I got these 2 CDs for $1 each. Mika, Life in Cartoon Motion, and got this Bjork CD for $1 with I Miss You on it. And then the lady also had some toys in these great St-Hubert bags. See, I don't like this restaurant, but I like this character. I like cartoon animal characters, mascot characters, when they're well designed. And for instance, those of you who saw the video recently, the Slush Puppy Dog is a good example of a character, well-designed character that I like. This is another one. This is a restaurant chain in Quebec, and I really love that rooster. So when I saw the bag, I've offered to buy one of the 2 bags, and she actually took she transferred the toys into a plastic bag and she gave them to me, both of them, for free. I was so glad. I said, oh, thank you, so nice. I got these 2 CDs, $1 each, and these 2 bags. Then another table I got. This was funny because the CDs were about $2 each, and I said, no way, I'm not checking those CDs, and I went to check the other tables. And then I came back to this table before I left, and the price went down to $1. So then I took a look at them. Got this one, and again, not sure if I have them or not. This is a Debut by Bjork, and it has There's More to Life Than This. I love this song. I got it for $1, and then for another $1 I got Georges Brassens, Les 100 Plus Belles Chansons. This looks like this has 5 CDs in there, 100 songs for $1, so that's 1 penny a song. So that's you see, I've missed out on a complete box set of his work. almost a decade ago, and now I got I think after 100 songs by him I'll have enough, so I'm glad I got this. Is a great compromise. And then and I got this, I don't know where exactly, in what order, at what table, but I got this guilty pleasure here, Snap the Madman's Return, just for Rhythm is a Dancer, because I'm not into the 90s very much, but I kind of like that song, and I have some memories related to that song, so I got this. Don't judge me. Then at another table, a different, completely different place, an individual yard sale, I got this, yeah, I know it's not vintage, Alvin and the Chipmunk, a little tiny metal tin, and I love the artwork on it. It's all original, well, it's all artwork from the original early 60s cartoon show. I don't care for anything afterwards. I only like the original Chipmunks, and because I saw reruns of this cartoon show in 1979 on NBC, I think over the summer they pulled out a bunch of old episodes, and I fell in love with the show. But I don't care for all the more recent shows, like the ones they made in the early 80s. I don't care for those, and the Chipettes. No, only the original Chipmunks, so I kind of like that. Then I had to go to Brossard, and then when I came back, I had a few minutes left before another different flea market would close, so I went there. And there's a man who has a lot of records, and I've asked him, where are he was already putting his stuff away ahead of time, and I said, well, can I check just like a bunch of records before you close, and which ones are the latest records that you acquired? And he showed me a pile. I went through the pile, I got 2 records, and then I left. Got this one because of Tink mentioned this guy, Corla Pandit, and this is pristine. And this is an original, I don't know if there were releases made in Canada, but this is original from, what's the brand again? Fantasy Records. And it's in perfect shape. It's on red vinyl. There you go. Fantasy, it's in red vinyl, and it has the original inner sleeve in great shape. No tears. You see all the records you can get from that label, so really interesting. Curious to hear. And then another copy of Jane Birkin, Serge Gainsbourg, puis a collector's item here. J'ai capoté quand j'ai trouvé ça, j'ai fait comme, mon doux Seigneur, comment ça se fait qu'elle laissait passer ça dans un marché aux puces en plus. Dernière place, tu t'attends à trouver une belle pièce de collection comme ça pour $1. Puis l'année passée, j'ai trouvé pour 25 cents, ceux qui s'en rappellent, la première édition avec l'étiquette bleue. Ça, c'est l'étiquette rouge, mais je m'en foutais parce que le disque était tellement beau. Puis j'ai tellement checké ça vite que, excusez-moi, là, j'ai tellement checké ça vite que je pensais que c'était une édition avec la plus petite étiquette là, de la fin des années 70. Ben non, c'est une édition du début des années 70, l'étiquette full size. Il est mint, il est super beau aussi. Le shrink wrap est encore autour de la pochette, malgré qu'il commence à fendre ici, mais je suis chanceux que ce disque-là, depuis 2 ans, ça fait 2 copies que je trouve. J'ai passé 20 ans à chercher ça, puis là, bang, pour $1, j'étais fou comme la merde. I was very lucky to find this one for $1 in a flea market of all places. In a yard sale, I understand, but a flea market, where everything is usually expensive. So yeah, I was glad I stopped by. It was a quick visit, so I was really glad. Yeah, thanks for watching.